Can it take more than 100 hours to take a single photo? As strange as it may seem, yes, and in fact it's becoming more and more common, especially in fields like deep sky astrophotography. But how is this achieved? Do we have the camera capturing a photo for 100 hours? How do you plan a project like this and how is it executed? My name is Miguel Azorín, and I welcome you to another week at Natural Portraits, the YouTube channel dedicated to nature and natural photography in the broadest sense you can imagine. I'm going to show you how we can capture a photo with 100 hours of exposure. Before we start, would you like to learn how to do astrophotography and capture images like these on your own? I remind you that at the Natural Portraits Academy, you can achieve this. You'll find deep sky astrophotography courses from beginner to advanced levels, planetary astrophotography, a spectacular discipline. And of course, we won't overlook such an important aspect of astrophotography as processing. And remember that all the courses at the Natural Portraits Academy are a one-time payment for lifetime access, periodically updated at no extra cost, and include a consulting service via email directly with me. Also, you can buy them for yourself or gift them to whoever you want. If you're a regular follower of the channel, you might have heard me in many of my videos about astrophotography saying that I've done 3 hours of integration, even 4 hours. In this other video that I'm linking here, I already showed you graphically the real difference between a capture of 1 hour, 3 hours, 7 hours, and 14 hours. But no, if you're thinking that we're going to have a camera capturing a photo for 14 hours, it doesn't work that way. Basically, what we do in astrophotography is capture a bunch of photos with exposure times of a few minutes, for example, 5 minutes or 10 minutes each, and then stack them all into a single final photo that will accumulate the sum of the signal from all the 5 or 10 minute photos we've integrated. This way, we drastically reduce the noise in our image, which can be quite a lot in deep sky astrophotography, and the weaker and more subtle details of the objects in the universe start to emerge. In that video I recommended a moment ago, I reached 14 hours of integration over 2 consecutive nights of capturing. But where is the limit? What would happen if we keep integrating more and more hours of capturing? The truth is that in recent years, there has been a real boom in the discovery of new nebulae made by hobbyists all over the world. Nebulae, some of them incredibly large, and their existence wasn't known until now, because they are very, very faint, and no one had ever done so much integration of captures to actually show them. So yes, if just 2 years ago, 15 or 20 hours of integration seemed like a lot, now there are many hobbyists working on photographic projects that accumulate 200, 300, or even more hours in order to show a perspective of many objects in the universe that has never been seen before. So the next question is, how can we carry out a project like this? The first thing we need to do, of course, is choose the object we're going to photograph. And this is not easy. We're going to spend hours and hours photographing the exact same subject and the exact same frame, so it's super important to have done our homework and make 200% sure that this is going to be the best subject and frame for our project. Imagine regretting it after 50 hours of capturing. If you'd like, in another video we can talk about what we should consider when choosing the best object for a project like this. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll take it into account. Once we've chosen the object and the framing we're going to photograph, the next step will be to plan a calendar for our project. The night sky is not the same in winter, spring, summer, or autumn. We need to consider not only the best time of year to photograph our object, but also at what specific moment of the year we'll have this object in the sky for the longest hours. The ideal time to carry out our project will be when we have the object just above the horizon, right after sunset, and it remains visible for the rest of the night. Keep in mind that you won't be able to photograph every night. We'll be at the mercy of the weather, so this will give us some leeway and ensure that we'll have at least 3 months with the object present in the sky. Alright, let's dive into capturing our object. It's hours and hours. From my point of view, this is an unfeasible project for any user who practices astrophotography with portable equipment that they set up and take down for each session. Is it possible to do it? Yes, of course it would be possible to do it, but few users will be willing to go out every night that the weather allows for months and spend all those nights photographing the same object and the same framing. So, what options do you have if you're using portable equipment and want to start a project like this? Do you have other astrophotographer friends? Do they use equipment similar to yours? Well, this is your opportunity. More and more groups of enthusiasts are coming together to undertake projects like this. And when you work in a group with similar equipment, the data capture capacity multiplies by the number of group members. One person photographing for 6 hours can only capture 6 hours of integration, but 5 people photographing the same object for 6 hours at the same time can integrate 30 hours in a single night. Processing programs like PixInsight allow you to combine all these captures even if they were taken with different equipment. In the advanced PixInsight course you have within Astro Academy, we teach you how to do this, among many other things spread across its 8 hours of training. And finally, the remote observatory, possibly the ultimate solution for one or many projects of this kind. For almost a year now, I've had a remote astrophotography setup installed about 500 kilometers from my home. This equipment is located at the Astrogrados Observatory, a test observatory for the Cosmoscape project, which, by the way, is already in the full construction phase of the Cosmoscape telescope hosting, where other enthusiasts can set up their equipment in the Starlight Reserve area of the Sierra de Gredos to control them remotely from anywhere in the world. In the description and in the first comment of this video, you have a link where you can find detailed information about this. Having a remote setup, whether it's in a telescope hosting or in your own observatory, is the ultimate solution for carrying out these projects. And basically, we can set the equipment to work any night of the year that the weather allows, and completely unattended, since these setups operate almost automatically. On our Astro Academy YouTube channel, I have already talked about the Astrogray 2 Observatory and the methods of equipment automation that we can use. I encourage you to visit the channel and subscribe to learn more. The great advantage of remote equipment is that by working automatically, we won't need to keep an eye on it. We just set it up to work, and we can focus on other things or even go to bed, knowing that the next day we'll have the equipment ready to go and all our captures completed. On top of this, we can also collaborate with other enthusiasts who share an observatory with us or who have their own remote equipment. If we said that 5 friends could capture 30 hours of integration in a single 6-hour session, just imagine what could be done if those 5 friends had remote equipment. That's why new nebulae are being discovered every day in projects that integrate 300, 400 or more hours. We are on the brink of a true revolution in the world of amateur astrophotography. Did you imagine it was like this? How far do you think we can go with these new techniques and collaborations among enthusiasts? Let me know in the comments below. And that's it for another week of the Natural Portraits video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. We'll see you again next week with what we love most, photography and nature, here at Natural Portraits. Goodbye.